Welcome back, Rum fam. I'm Steve the Barman, and in this video, I'm going to be taking on part one of my White Rum challenge. My Discord community have been asking for it, so I've kind of had the idea of broken it down into two parts, and this is part one, where we kind of look at white rums at the cheaper end of the scale, but most importantly, available from your supermarkets in the UK. Essentially, part two will be following probably about a month or so down the line, where I pit the winner of this little category against some of the more premium white runs, say like Ron Cube, for instance, El Dorado, Flor de Caña, Plantation. So we're going to have a head-to-head. There's going to be even more rums in that category. But for now, I want to nail what is the best rum that you can pick up, white rum, that you can pick up from your supermarket under 20 quid. So as you can see, the runners and riders are right here in front of me. In first, we've got Bacardi. Needs no introduction. Puerto Rican rum, originally Cuban, but Puerto Rico now, and maybe other parts of the world, I'm not sure, but essentially was Cuban, not anymore. So we've got that. Then we've got Havana, 3-year-old, which is a kind of Cuban rum. We've got Dead Man's Fingers, which is Bristol in the UK. Was originally Cuban, was originally Cornish to be fair, but Cuban rum they imported. But now it's all distilled in, or redistilled, whatever they do. I've not been down there, but in Bristol. So British rum, maybe? Don't know. Who knows? So we've got Dead Man's Fingers, they're brand new-ish white rum. We've got Santiago de Cuba, brand new to the supermarkets. Probably will go in most supermarkets. Diageo, I think it's Diageo. Diageo have kind of invested, bought them out essentially, or are taking over kind of distributing in the UK. So you will expect to see this a lot more in 2022. Santiago de Cuba have got the old label of the 11-year-old there. So that's kind of what it looked like. Diageo have given it kind of like a little makeover and trying to make it more accessible in there. So we've got Santiago de Cuba, and then we've got this a brand new little beast. This is the Duppy Share White Rum. So they are your runners and riders. Sorry, Cuba, Jamaican, essentially. Undisclosed Jamaican distillery. However, I have seen it on good authority that it's Worthy Park. Don't know. Absolutely don't know. But I've seen a couple of people mention that it's Worthy Park. So I don't know. So essentially, we've got Spanish, English, and English sort of styles of rum here. All of them under 20 quid. So what's going to happen? I've got 5 tests coming up. The price, we'll talk about the price in a second. And then I've got the rums already poured out. But what I'm going to do, you'll see here, I've kind of got Mojito mix ready to go. I've got Daiquiri mix ready to go. And I've got Coke. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make them up very quickly after I've done the price. I'll flash her up on screen now. But you will see Mummy Barman swapping these all around. They're all numbered underneath, so I won't have a clue. Mummy Barman will be swapping those all around to kind of, so I don't know what I'm drinking. I'm just going to purely pick my favourite in each category. So we're doing price, we're doing neat, we're doing Coke, Cuba Libre, we're doing a Daiquiri, and we're doing a Mojito challenge. And then we're just going to see which one wins in each category and see if we can get a favourite. So test number 1 is the price. Now, as I said, this is most important. These are available, especially in your big 2 supermarkets, Tesco's and Sainsbury's, but will be there, Morrison's, Asda, and all that. So, in first rum, we've got Bacardi. Bacardi Casablanca needs no introduction. I've got £15 up there. I've seen it cheaper than that, but £15, essentially, been around since the year dot. Most pubs and bars will sort of carry it. It's pretty much a staple. So we've got that. Second one up, we've got Havana 3-year-old, £18. Interestingly, Tesco's delisted this ages ago, but Sainsbury's and all that still rock it out. Traditionally about £18. Full disclosure, for the bulk of, especially the sort of from 2003, 2004 onwards, I had great pouring deals with Pernod Ricard. I then transferred that and transitioned that into my business that I started in 2012. Havana 3-year-old has been pretty much the workhorse white rum that I've used over and over again for the last 15 years or so. But, you know, times change, things move on. So 18 quid there. Now, we've got DMF. Now, This is currently at £20. I wouldn't surprise me if it does go up to roughly about £22 a bottle, but currently in Tesco's it is £20, not an offer, not a club card offer, £20 as staple. So we've got that. So we've got 15, 18, 20. We've got Santiago de Cuba. Tesco's, my Tesco's has got it, but it will be going in there at £18 when you see it. They have got the 5-year-old, I think it may be. I don't know, the golden, the aged ones. It's slightly more expensive, but that will be going in at £18 when you can get it there. And then the last one, Duppy Share is listed again at Tesco's. Again, my Tesco's has got it, £19.75. So the cheapest, by a long way, is Bacardi. Havana is in second. In my head, Dead Man's Fingers, £20. When you've got proper authentic Cuban rums at 18 and a Jamaican rum at 19.75, in my head, that's massively overpriced. I don't know what it tastes like yet. I haven't smelt them. I haven't even that. I've just pured them, so I'm ready to go. But in my head, you're seriously telling me that Dead Man's Fingers at £20 is worth more than like Duppy or Santiago? I don't know. Or Havana? I don't know. My head's not sitting right with that 20, especially if it does go up to £22 once it's kind of mellowed out. But, you know, it's not really a test. It's just more of a price. But you know what? In my head, I'm thinking those two should be banging value for money at 18 and 19.75. But all will be revealed when we test it. Test 2 is neat tasting. So these are the orders she's jumbled him up in. But just to clarify, number 1, how this will all go, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, they're all labelled on the bottom there. So let's start off with this. Colour-wise, all pretty similar. One has got a slight hue to it, so I can already assume which one that is, but I don't... Yeah, I don't know. That's got a little bit of a hue. Oh, interesting. That's got a bit of a hue to it as well. So we shall see. Anyway, let's get on. Let's not worry about the hue and all that. It's just purely on taste. So the first one. Smell. Interesting. Creamy. Bit of an alcohol bite to it. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest, but pretty decent. You know, that's all right. Number 2. Smoother. A lot smoother. Still creamy, but not as harsh as the first one there. So I'm going to put that above that one. Right. Got some water here. Just have a... Right, the third one. That's really nice. I like that neat. No, well... This is the interesting thing. I like it neat. A proper out-and-out rum lover might not, because it hasn't really got that sort of rumminess bite to it. But I think that's a very accessible white rum. I really like that, actually. Not that you drink white rum neat. I've had this debate many times. How many of you drink white rum neat? I don't know. But you have to taste these things neat, don't you? Of course you do. So that's my favourite so far. Right. I would say that that's a good sort of 10% weaker than anything else on here. Vanilla is kind of a little bit thicker. It's sticking to the glass like none of the others. Yeah, I'm not kind of sure how I feel about that. Right, this last one. Right. Again, not much to that. Which would make it a really accessible, easy drinking white rum to a lot of people. My favourite, hands down, is that one. Is this in second place? That's in second place for me. So, yeah, I'm going to put all the ones over there. So that's first. That's second. Right. Then where do we go? I think that might be third. Fourth, fifth. I think that's how I'm going to do that. Really sorry. I know there's not much interaction here, but that's quite tough. I'm happy with putting that one third. It's then between these two. And that's kind of an approachable, not much going on, but an approachable white rum. I'm going fourth, and then this one in fifth. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right then, the second test we are going for is the Coca-Cola test. I've used Coke Zero. Kind of done like a 1:3 ratio for this. 1:3 and a bit ratio for this. A couple of ice cubes in each. The white rum, that was really interesting actually, because just drinking them neat, you do actually want a bit of rum to come forward. But, you know, the one I put in fourth place is kind of an approachable, entry level, kind of, yeah, tough. Anyway, let's crack on. Coke, right. That's all right. Nothing much going on there. Number two's got a bit more flavour going on. You know, all this one's going to be is which one would you quite happily drink again and again. You know, that's what this test is going to be. Oh, I think that's got a bit more to it than that one. And the fourth one, that's actually quite nice as well. And then the fifth one, so I don't know whether you can hear the builders go. They're not out there over the road, but there's not much going on with those two. They're all measured out, so there's not much going on with those two. So they're automatically fourth and fifth. That's got a bit more going on, but it's got a funny aftertaste to it. I think that one potentially is my favourite. Yeah, that's my favourite. That's my second favourite. This is my third favourite. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that one. Right, so fifth and fourth. So, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That's how we did that. Test number 4 is the Daiquiri challenge, and arguably you would sort of say the Cuba Libre is kind of like your white rum. That's where it's going. But you know, your daiquiris, your mojitos are very important for white rums as well. So 3:1/2 ratio. As you can see, that was my daiquiri mix. So the lime and the sugar were constant for all of them, completely measured out. So, and then Mummy Barman's been in it and tested and swapped around. Sorry. So right. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. That's really nice, clean, refresh. Not as clean as it could be, but pretty decent. Right. Second one. Second one's all right. It's just, you know, it's acceptable. But I've tasted a lot better. Right, the third one. Oh, that's my favourite. That is clean. So far, that's really, really nice. Really happily drink that over and over again. That's the big test for me. Is it a session daiquiri or a one-off daiquiri? Right, the fourth one. Oh, a bit more vanilla-y, that one. I kind of like that, actually. I'll put that on level with that one for a start off with. That one's definitely the bottom. Right. So there we go. Right, first place. God, this is tough. Not much between them, but I'm going first, second. Right, that's definitely fifth. So that can live here. Right then, and then between these two, third and fourth. I would go that one next, third and fourth. So that's that order, third, second, and the winner of the daiquiri. And then the final challenge we get to is the Mojito challenge. Probably the biggest for you guys, probably daiquiri to be fair. Well, actually, daiquiri rum, I don't know. That's a bit of a bold statement. I was going to say that the Mojito probably the most important test for most of you. I think it's a bit harsh actually. Rum and Coke is as big as a daiquiri for this. They're all as big as each other. Let's just have a sprig of water. Right, let's crack on. So again, one big mojito, loads left over, all the mint, and I've just put one mint leaf in all of these as well. So it's a standard base mix, just poured out 5 ways. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. That's a bit better. Right. Oh no, I don't like that. Oh, that's got a funny twang to it. Oh, interesting. I didn't really get a funny twang off the daiquiri. Interesting. Right. So last two. That's nice. I like that. Right, and then the last one. That's my winner. So that's first. That's last. Right then, between these three. I said that was better than that. So is that better than this one? That, and then that. That's what I'm going for there. So last, fourth, third, second, and first. Right then, so results time. Remember what I said. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I did put DMF at the bottom. You know, there's no way to really score it, but I did put DMF at the bottom for price. Purely because in my head at £20, why is DMF, a big brand, more expensive than Duppy and Ron Santiago, etc., etc. I don't think it should be. In my head, DMF is a brand, should be cheap, coming in cheaper than Havana. That's all I'm saying with that. But it's all on taste. So let's go neat-wise there. So remember, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. That's how we're going to put that there. So little notes here. Let's get that. So there we go. Let's give yourself a bit of room. So in 5th place, so neat in 5th, so I can remember. In 5th, number 1, Bacardi. 5, Bacardi. Oh, in 4th place, number 3. No way you can see those. Don't know whether you need that. So in 4th, oh yeah, but DMF. DMF. So number 3, 1, 2. Yeah, this DMF. Right. In 3rd place is number 5, which is Duppy. In 2nd place, we have got number 2, which is Havana. Number 2. So that must be number 4. Number 4 is there. Again, I don't know whether you'll see that. I don't know whether you can see these on the close-up numbers there without spilling. Hopefully you can. But, so yeah, Havana. And in 1st place is, what do we say? It's Ron Santiago. Santiago. So that's neat. Right. With the Coke challenge. The Coke. Right. Your Cuba Libres. Or your Jamaican Libres, or your Bristol Libres. So, Coke. In 5th place, we have got number 2. Ooh, Havana at number 5. Right, at 4th place, we have got number 3, DMF. In 3rd place, number 4, Ron Santiago. Cool, this is a mismatch all over the place, isn't it? Number 5, we've got Duppy. Okay, so 2. 2nd place is Duppy. Which, wow. Hang on a minute. Bacardi? Number 1, Bacardi. That'll be interesting watching this back to see what I said about that. Oh, I've got a funny feeling I said there's quite a bit going on there, which I kind of liked. But I think that was what I said. So yeah, Bacardi wins your Coke. But Havana, which interestingly, I've never put Havana as a rum and Coke rum. I've always put Havana as like a daiquiri mojito rum. So that'll be interesting to see how these goes. DAC now. But Bacardi. DMF is not doing too well at its precise moment. But apart from that, you know, it's all... So Bacardi went from neat to first, from 5th to 1st. Interesting. So, right, the daiquiris. Here we go. So, in 5th place for the DACs. 1, Bacardi. Wish you could... I can't really see... you can't... I'm not sure you'll kind of see that on there, but number 1, Bacardi. So 5th place is Bacardi. Wow. So it's gone from 1st place to 5th place again. 1st place in the Cuba Libres. 5th. Wow. In 4th place, we have got number 3, which is I'll tell you what, DMF's doing well. 4th place all the way through so far. In 3rd place, number 4, Santiago. Santiago. In 2nd place then, number 2, Havana. So, hang on, what am I missing? Duppy Share, number 5? Yeah, number 5. Duppy Share is the best daiquiri for me. Interesting. And then we've got Mojito time. Whoopsie. Mojito time. So, I remember not being too impressed with some of these mojitos. Interesting. Right. Hopefully they're on camera, not out of shot. But there we go. So mojitos. So in last place in the Mojito Stakes, number 1, Bacardi. So 5th place is Bacardi. Wow. In 4th place, number 5, Duppy Share. How can Duppy be... Right, this is going to be interesting. Bear with me on this. In 3rd place, number 3, DMF. DMF. In 2nd place, number 4, Ron Santiago. What have I not had? Oh, so in 1st place, it's got to be Havana. Number 2, Havana. Wow. Now that is interesting. Now, I want to do something here because, hang on a minute. There's something gone wrong in the matrix here. So, Duppy Share, that one, went from 4th place in the Mojito Stakes to 1st in the daiquiri. So, Duppy is that one. That's a really good daiquiri. But Mojito-wise, I'm just like, yeah. That's so interesting. Also different, if you haven't cottoned on, if you're a newbie, also different to that is soda water and mint is added to a daiquiri to make it mojito. That's the only difference. I really like that as a daiquiri. Wrong hole. But it's a mojito. Yeah. Interesting. So those results are completely all over the shop there. What can we sum up? Bacardi comes last. Neat, Mojito, and daiquiri. So neat, Mojito, daiquiri. Bacardi not even at the races. Rum and Coke, for me, Bacardi smashed it. I really like that as a rum and Coke. Quite happy to drink that. So that's really interesting. DMF, Dead Man's Fingers. Where do we get? We got a lot of 4ths, 4th, and DM. So the best DMF came was 3rd in a Mojito. And even then I remember saying that wasn't brilliant. I mean, it's all right. So DMF, I'll come back to what I said earlier. Neat 4th place, £20. I think DMF is massively overpriced. Massively overpriced. If that's the most expensive one out of those 5 at £20, and if they're all coming in under £20, that is massively overpriced for that. Yes, it's a step up from Bacardi, but it's not a 5. When you get £18, which way was it? 19. I've forgotten. My laptop's gone off now. But 19.75 and 18, I think it was. I'm forgetting which way around it was now. That should no way be more expensive than those 3. No way. Dead Man's Fingers for me there. With the, Santiago, Ron Santiago, neat, lovely sipping neat. I really enjoyed that. Neat. That's got to be, where is Santiago? That was neat, that one. Yeah, I really like that neat. I really do. But then Santiago, third. So 3rd for the Coke, 3rd favourite for daiquiri, 2nd favourite for a mojito. Duppy Share, where did we get to? Duppy 3rd for the neat, 2nd for Coke, 1st for daiquiri, but 4th for a mojito. So again, split. I'm trying to pick out which rum to tell you to buy, to be fair. And from all this, right, looking at these results, here's where I'm going to go for this. if you're going for a mojito, a daiquiri, or neat, Havana. That's where I'm going for that. For a Coke, you're not just going to have one rum for a rum and Coke, are you? This is the problem. I mean, Duppy Share came second for that. I'm just trying to look at Duppy. The thing that let Duppy down was the mojito, really. Otherwise, I would sort of say Duppy in second place there, to be fair. It's Duppy mojito. So Duppy, Dead Man's Fingers and mojitos. And so that's Duppy. Do you know what? There's not a huge amount in these. That's Duppy Share. And this is the Dead Man's Fingers. It's not a huge amount in them. Yes, I do prefer the Dead Man's Fingers, but not by a huge amount in the whole mojito stakes there. So, Duppy is a decent, if you're getting decent pouring deals out of that, or decent prices, that's not bad. But the only point I've got to make is I probably wouldn't have that with Coke. Otherwise, Havana 3-year-old is brilliant. It's just I wouldn't have it with Coke. Because it really didn't work with Coke for me. That was my least favourite Coke. But it just depends where you're going. I think, right, Daiquiri Mojito all day long, Havana 3-year-old, really, really happy with that. Santiago, yeah, Santiago did well. You know, Santiago came second in Mojito, third in the Daiquiri, third in the Coke. And first neat. Santiago's not a Ron Santiago. Is not a bad shout, actually. Not as an all-rounder. As an all-rounder, that's not that bad. That if I had one rum that I would go for everything, for neat, daiquiri, mojito, and rum and Coke, probably the Santiago. But I wouldn't be comfortable now serving that up as a rum and Coke Havana. But it's cheap enough. Would you stock that as well? All these conundrums that I failed to have answered. But the question is going to be, and I know this is a bit of a waffle, the question is going to be, how does, and I really don't, see this is how I do, what's the winner? What is the winner of this going up against other white rums? How do I do that? I've got to get my brain in gear. Do I put Havana? Do I do rums? Oh no, I don't know how to do it. I'm talking to myself. I really don't know. Let me know what I should do when I pit this against like your Flor de Cani, your Dawleys. Probably not Veritas. Veritas will smash them to bits. But Plantation 3-year-old Eldorado. I really don't know how to approach this. I've got to have a chat with my Discord community. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Slightly longer video. Probably not proving anything, except that is awesome, except for Cokes. And then that smashes Cokes, hands down. But as an all-rounder, possibly Santiago de Cuba.